Okay, let's dive right in. The year is 2026, and the AI revolution, it's not some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. It is happening right now all around us. We're going to cut through all the noise and show you the real tools, the actual impact, and, most importantly, the incredible opportunities that you can grab today.
This is the one question that seems to be on everyone's mind. Is AI a threat to my job, or is this the single biggest opportunity we've ever seen? And honestly, the truth is, it's both. The exact same tech that some people are worried about is what others are using to build entire fortunes. So today, let's figure out which side of that line you're on.
And if you need any proof of that opportunity, just look at this number, 28 million. That's how many views a single YouTube video got. And get this, it wasn't made by some big Hollywood studio. It was made by one person, using simple AI tools. This is exactly what we mean when we say AI is a force multiplier. It's giving one person the power of an entire production team.
And that idea doesn't just stop with one creator. It scales all the way up to entire countries. We are talking about a massive, seismic shift in the global economy. I mean, just look at the projections. AI could add a staggering $1.7 trillion to India's economy alone by 2035. That's not just growth, you guys. That's a full-blown revolution.
Now that $1.7 trillion figure, it isn't just a fantasy. It's being built right now on a foundation of pure silicon. This number right here, 38,000, that's the number of high-performance GPUs that just one country is putting to work. These are the engines of AI, the super specialized chips that do all the heavy lifting. This is what it looks like when a country decides to go all in.
Okay, so we've seen the big global picture. Now let's bring it right back down to you. We are literally living through a new kind of gold rush. But this time, the picks and shovels are digital. They're accessible to pretty much anyone, and they're creating totally new ways to build wealth.
And the ways to get involved are just so diverse. It doesn't matter if you're a writer, an artist, a coder, or a teacher, there's a new path opening up. You can generate marketing copy in seconds, design and sell merchandise, produce entire YouTube channels, even create audiobooks. The big takeaway here is that none of this requires a huge team or a ton of money anymore. Real people are building real businesses with these tools as we speak.
So the next question is pretty obvious, right? How? What are the actual tools that are turning these ideas into reality? Let's take a look at the personal AI toolkit that's making all this possible.
The market for these AI tools has just exploded. I mean, just take video generators. Each one has its own special superpower. If you need a really polished business video with an avatar, HeyGen is your go-to. If you're chasing that cinematic, ultra-realistic look, you're going to want to use something like Kling 3.0. For pure storytelling, Sora 2 is incredible. And for huge corporate training projects, Synthesia can create digital presenters in over 140 languages. Seriously, there's a specific tool for just about anything you can imagine.
And the best part? The whole process has become so simple. You literally start by just writing a prompt, a simple description of the video you want. Then you tweak the details, choose an accent, a style. The AI then writes a whole script for you, which you can edit, of course, and then you just click Generate, and the tool automatically creates the final video. What used to be a super technical skill is now something anybody can do.
This new wave of accessibility is also completely changing the game in education. Think about it. The old model was always one size fits all. But now, learning can be personalized to each student's speed. You get feedback instantly, not weeks later. And every single student has a 24/7 AI tutor to help with their questions. And this doesn't replace teachers, it actually elevates them. It frees them up from all the repetitive grading so they can focus on what humans do best, mentoring and inspiring.
And in the end, this is really what it's all about. This quote from a student just says it all perfectly. AI isn't about forcing everyone down the exact same road. It's about creating infinite roads so that each person can find the one that works for them. That is a really profound change.
So, up until now, we've mostly been talking about how AI is changing our digital world. But that same intelligence is now breaking out of the screen and into the physical world, powering a whole new generation of really smart robots. This quote right here, this signals a huge leap forward. For decades, robots needed these perfect, predictable, structured environments, like a factory assembly line. But now, AI lets them work in the chaos of the real world, like a cluttered warehouse or a messy room. They can literally identify and pick up objects they've never even seen before, making decisions on the fly. This just blows the door wide open for automating almost anything.
And because of that, robotics is expanding into every part of our lives. We're talking about cobots that work safely right alongside humans in factories and affordable automation for even small businesses. We're even starting to see them in our homes, in hospitals, and at disaster sites, taking on jobs that are complex, delicate, or just plain dangerous for people.
Okay, so this brings us to the global stage. Because this technology is so powerful, so transformative, it has kicked off an intense global competition. Countries all over the world are now racing to build their own AI ecosystems to make sure they have an economic and strategic edge.
India is a really powerful case study here. The government has launched what it calls the India AI Mission, and they're backing it with a massive investment of over 10,300 crore rupees. That's well over $1 billion US. This isn't just some policy idea, it's a huge, heavily funded top-down national push to win in the AI race.
What's really smart about this strategy is how complete it is. They're not just buying a bunch of computer chips or funding one lab. They're building the entire system, the core computing power, the custom apps, unique data sets, and crucially, the human talent through startups and education. It's a plan to build a complete, self-sustaining AI ecosystem from the ground up.
And guess what? The results are already starting to show. This strategic push has helped rocket India to become the third most competitive nation in AI anywhere in the world. It just goes to show how quickly the whole landscape can change when there's focused investment.
So, where is all this headed? What does our future actually look like? Well, let's wrap up by looking at the key trends that are going to define our future, a future that is amplified by AI.
When you look ahead, you can see the trend. AI is becoming less of a simple tool and more of a collaborator. It's going to amplify what human teams can accomplish together. It's on the verge of helping us tackle huge global problems like closing the health gap or dramatically speeding up scientific research. Really, AI is becoming a core partner in human progress.
And that idea leads us to the most important shift in how we'll work with AI. We're moving from just using AI as a tool to actually working with it as a partner. This concept, the AI agent, is key. Think of it less like a calculator that you give commands to, and more like a digital teammate that you collaborate with on projects.
And that brings us right back to where we started, but with a whole new way of looking at it. This quote really says it all. The conversation isn't really threat versus opportunity anymore, it's about partnership. So the final question isn't if AI is coming for you, it's how will you choose to work alongside it.